Having to see that these apocalyptic things are happening right now, it makes it really frightening to imagine the future. I really, really want to have kids. And I babysit a lot because I love being around kids so much. You know, when some of my friends have already had kids, and it just makes me so excited for my own future. But if my children will be living in a world where every year the sky turns black with smoke, oceans are rising, and it's getting hotter and hotter. If this keeps happening every year, I just don't want to have kids. I don't want to put another generation through that. So Sunrise Movement is an army of young people creating a movement to enact the Green New Deal, and that is like our guiding star. The Green New Deal is a resolution put forth by Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Senator Ed Markey that proposes stopping climate change by creating millions of green jobs, retrofitting every building in America to make it more green, and putting the needs of marginalized communities first in order to protect them from the climate crisis.
You know, when I first started, people said, well, you can't have economic development and environmental protection. And I said, that's a false dichotomy. Of course you can have both economic development and you can have a clean economy. The Green New Deal does it. It lays out a model for a tremendous change in the economy. It sets real time frame, and it says this change will be based upon a sustainable new economy that does not destroy the planet. Even though many of us want to move, as I'm a co-sponsor of the Green New Deal, want to move to that, we're talking about a change in the entire economy of the United States and the world. And typically elected officials, unless they're forced to do something, kind of put things under the rug. With climate change, time is not our friend. Every moment that we delay means that the earth has lost that ability to heal, and it will never heal in that way.
Climate change is something that's happening now. It's not something we have to wait for to see the impacts of. We have increasing amounts of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, and we see the impacts of that in increased average temperatures. Once we reach that 2-degree centigrade temperature increase, scientists believe it would increase the number of extreme storms and prolonged periods of drought. It would increase the rate of temperature, which could lead to melting of glaciers and rising sea level. It would increase the coral bleaching that we see, and generally just lead to a much hotter world. So I also view my role as a scientist is to help make informed decisions about what policies and technologies we can use to help alleviate the climate crisis.
My involvement with dealing now with issues of climate change and trying to introduce legislation and to promote a zero emissions society basically started with the conditions of my own community. That not only was it impacting the communities around Long Beach and around the port, but it was having a tremendous impact on the planet itself, dealing with environmental issues, especially environmental issues, how they differentially impacted some communities versus others. Environmental justice issues, how poorest communities are the most impacted by both climate change, but all kinds of pollution.
Something that drew me to Sunrise Movement is the intersectionality of all these issues, and that Sunrise really recognizes that and sees that, you know, there cannot be climate justice without racial justice, and there cannot be climate justice without housing justice. And understanding that it's all these different aspects by drawing in young people, drawing in people from marginalized communities, drawing in people from all around the world in order to activate them to stop climate change.
The solutions are possible, that they will require a lot of work, but that they represent the best of the creativity and the technology and the communication abilities that the younger generation represents.
When we think of politics, lots of times we think of politics as elected office. That's one aspect of it. But being involved in your community as an agent of change, as an organizer, is critically important.
To me, I think it means fighting for justice and for every person, for all of our collective future, and for the people who are already being affected. Start learning how you can fight for other people. Put effort in to changing the way that our world is going right now.